I've made a lot of mistakes, and I kid you not, I don't regret any of them. It's just that, I've failed at more things than I can count than I can count, winning. And when I say mistakes, it means definitely in my business, in my career, in as I was growing up, in my mindset, I've made a lot of mistakes. First of all, I got into different business models such as drop shipping. I failed. I tried to build e-commerce stores. I failed. I started my agency. It's there, but it was taking a lot of my time and efforts. It did work money wise. It just every single time I thought that I messed up. I used to think that something is wrong with me, that nothing is clicking, nothing is, giving me the type of freedom and the type of results that I was looking for. The only thing I learned today, probably reaching today, was that I want to make more mistakes. And mistakes, and why is that? Is mistakes are not proof that you're failing. It is mistakes do not equal to proof. It's not. There is no evidence of that. Actually, mistakes are the evidence that you're showing up, you're growing, you're trying, you're getting your hands dirty, you're getting your brain rewired so many times that you're getting even more powerful with every mistake. And let's be honest, we are living in the age of polished Instagram posts. I don't want to lie. I want to look good for the camera. I want my background to look good for the camera. It is filtered. It is real, but it is filtered. And it is made up of stories that are probably not even real. And we see, what we see on camera is a 30-second win, not the, probably 3, 5, 7 years of journey that went behind it. And in that constant comparison, and you started believing, I should have it all figured out by now. Oh, I'm 20 years old, I should know what I need to do. No, you don't. Why do you want to think that why is everyone else doing better than me? Why do you want to see that? You don't see the whole picture, right? You do not see the whole picture. The perfection trap, that's the root of all cause. That's the root of all stress, anxiety, self-doubt. I know because I've been in it, I've been there. But the point is, that's not what's giving you the real power. The real power is embracing your mistakes and embracing the journey you're in, right? No one is actually going to tell you this, but every failure is like when the lights go off, there's a candle in the room. It's like that. It's more like a light at the end of the tunnel. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but it is. It shows you what doesn't work, yes, but it also lights up what you could do and what better could happen in the next, probably the next time. I know someone who got fired twice and used that pain to build a company that now employs 30 people and helps people hire. Right? They're into recruitment. That's how people are embracing their mistakes, embracing their failures, real failures. That's real failure. Getting fired from a job. That's a bit of a failure. Also, it's not like a failure, but it just gets a bit disheartening. Now, I've seen artists, I've seen influencers and creators in my vicinity who've gone viral only after years of making content. Not after the 10th post, not after 6 months, consistent posting, 3 years. And those are not mistakes. That's just how it works sometimes. And mistakes are not your setback. They're basically telling you what to do next, how to do next, how to do what, in whatever field you are. That's where the real path keeps growing, carving itself. You need to look at your mistakes, and that's it. Your successes are great. Enjoy, celebrate them. But your mistakes, also celebrate them. I used to beat myself after every wrong turn. I quit multiple jobs. I quit, different business models because I thought I wasn't good at it. That's why I wanted to get back into corporate, but that also didn't work. So I always knew I wanted to have my own business and not work for somebody else. That's always been there. My dad being an entrepreneur himself, so I realized that that's something I also want to be. Not because my dad is an entrepreneur, but because it's just how I've always felt. That's like my gut feeling. I don't want to work in corporate. That's my gut feeling. The thing is, you want to ask yourself a few questions, which is what did I learn about, what I want, where do I want to be or don't want to be, what would I do differently next time if you've been through a mistake, and simply just note that down and you're good to go. You don't have to overthink it. I know saying don't overthink it won't make you think clearly about things. That's not how it works. But what I'm trying to say is beating yourself also doesn't build up anything. So rather use those mistakes, rather use those failures that you think are failures and use it to your power. Get powerful using the failures and mistakes that you think are failures and mistakes. Because life is not right or wrong. Of course, few things are you don't want to kill somebody, you don't want to murder somebody, but life in general is not right or wrong. It's just about how you perceive it, how you believe in it. And you don't need to pretend you've got it all figured out. Just be a part of the mess. Mess is okay. Be the person who tries, fails, gets back up, fails again, gets back up again, and laughs at it a few years later. I laugh at my failures now. I tried drop shipping. It was a lip oil product. It did make me money, but then I was miserable, so I stopped doing that because entrepreneurship for me was freedom, and I did not get freedom out of these business models. Of course, some people would, but I didn't. I've started letting go of the pressure to be polished all the time now. I just want to be real. I don't want to just look pretty or show off stuff. It's not how I want my freedom to look like. It's not how my experience should look like. My experience should look like what I've always been craving for, which is real freedom, the ultimate freedom to be anywhere. That's real powerful. Being anywhere, working from anywhere, not having to ask for a couple hours for lunch or a day off in a week. That's not how it's supposed to be. The world created the beautiful beaches, the beautiful mountains. You can walk from anywhere, and we have made that place miserable. We don't want to do that. You're allowed to be a work in progress, okay? Coming back to the topic, be the mess, be the masterpiece, anything you want. Your failures do not define you, your mistakes are not shameful. I started my own agency, I blabbered about it for so many years. I worked in it, I hired a lot of people, I worked with multiple brands. But then again, I was miserable. I was on my phone all the time. I didn't have time to even read a book. Now I read a book in a week. So I just wanted to put it out there that use that mistake, use those failures to your power. Just start whatever you wanna do. Start imperfectly, start messy, start it anyways. You just do it. Do not think about it for a second. Just do it, because the most successful people you admire, they didn't get there by being perfect. You don't get there by procrastinating. You don't. They got there by embracing their imperfections and using them as fuel. I saw a video of Elon Musk's father in an interview. He mentioned that Elon Musk's teachers called out his father and said that Elon is retarded. And the father was shocked because he knew he wasn't. The teachers called him retarded because he thought differently. And he used that mental ability to think differently, to use it as a power and not as a self-doubt. That's all for today. I hope this was helpful. Alright, see you in the next one.